Oh, hello there. It's Rog. Let's turn it around a bit. Oh, now I can see you. God love you. It's Rog. Look at this. Oh, new garb for the Budweiser happy hour. What's up? In my English accent does not sound quite as cool as when the Amerikanskis say it. We are here to have a drink with someone remarkable. Someone who's won more than me. Let me grab this while we're waiting. Let's see if she's there. Oh, no one came to see old Rog. Carli! Oh, America.
I've got some water.
So do I, Carli. Oh, America's water. It is a joy to be with you. Cheers, Carli Lloyd.
Cheers.
To your health and happiness. This is a Wednesday Budweiser happy hour on Instagram Live. Bud started this to bring people together, to check in one another. So here we are checking in over a Bud, me, my first third of the day, with one of the most tenacious, human beings ever to have pulled on a United States football jersey, two-time World Cup winner, two-time Olympic gold. She wins the Ballon d'Or every year from your Sky Blue FC. And World Cup winning US national team. Old friend, scorer of thunderous goals from the great state of New Jersey, Carli Lloyd. Welcome.
How are you?
Oh, it's good now. I was a bit down earlier, but with your presence, I am elevated and lifted. Between the two of us, and I'm sure you're thinking the same thing, Carli Lloyd, you and I have won 294 caps and scored 123 goals for the United States. Did you know that?
I did not.
Greatness respects boldness. One of the things I love about you, and you wrote about this in your book, When Nobody Was Watching, is that life is not just about glory. It's about the journey. It's about the grind. It's about the sacrifice. You know, you quote so many beautiful things on your Instagram, which I love. A part of me loves the struggle, you wrote. A part of me hates the struggle, but all of me is about the struggle because without it, there would be no truly great moments. So what I want to know is, how are you experiencing quarantine? Are you reveling in the calm, the pause away from the game, get your body to rejuvenate? Or are you just like cabin fever, working harder than ever?
No, I mean, it's crazy how long this has gone on. She Believes Cup back in March when all of this kind of unraveled feels like ages ago.
Years ago.
But you know what? I'm doing okay. I'm actually enjoying this pause of life and time away from the game. I mean, I miss playing. I miss being with my teammates. I miss playing in front of my fans. But life's been really hectic on my end lately, and I have yet to really be able to pause and be home, spend time with my husband, which is not a normalcy. So it's been amazing.
It is amazing. Are you able to do your normal workout with your coach, James Galanis? Knowing you, you're probably actually making your normal workouts. You're turning them up to 11.
I actually am because he got his own facility just about a week before. So the turf was put in, everything was good. I'm just getting sun here on my
Galanis World Headquarters.
Yeah. So he's got an awesome facility. It's like caged in, and so I've been training there 5-6 days a week and getting in some really good training, probably the best training that I've gotten in, just because I have nothing on my schedule. I don't have to fly anywhere. I don't have to play games. So I can really get a lot of repetition and soak up all the improvement.
It's amazing. I've been bird watching and playing chess, and Carli Lloyd, one of us is a winner, is all I'm telling. Be like that person, not like this person. I did see your tweet that you might have had coronavirus in March around the game, which is crazy for a pro athlete. Are you feeling any of the long-term impact?
No, it was actually in qualifying. So I woke up the morning of the game against Mexico, which was the game to win to qualify for the Olympics. And out of nowhere, I felt a little sore throat came on. I was a bit achy. Tried not to think about it because I just had to mentally power through that game. I actually left my roommate. I was rooming with Jess McDonald at the time, and I'm like, I better get in my own room.
Oh, America's number
Uh,
one mother.
didn't want to get her sick. And I changed rooms and I just kind of powered through. But as the days went on, I just really wasn't feeling myself. I had a bit of a headache and then a cough came on and then came home and 2 days later my husband was nearly deathly ill. Didn't leave the couch for 3 days. I powered through a little bit more than he did, but
God,
it was,
I love this Carli Lloyd approach to stuff, like power through. Just power through. You're amazing. You're amazing.
um,
Do you feel any of the impacts now, despite the powering through?
no, I mean, but we both were hit with something that we have never been hit with before. And I remember for 2 weeks, I think I was home for 10 days. I was having a hard time breathing. I thought maybe I was a little out of shape or whatnot, and then my aches would come and go. So it was definitely something.
Oh my
Hard
God.
hard to tell, but yeah, we're all safe and
Thank
healthy
God.
and good.
Thank God, as Norwich City's Todd Cantwell treated, we often forget this. Players are human too. Got to ask you before we dive into the morass of questions which are poured in from GFOPs. Cancellation of the Olympics. I mean, it must have been some body blow for you. You are still young. I am 73. You are about a third of that. But how do you mentally process the need now to reset, mentally focus again, go again another year?
I think for me it's quite exciting because I'm able to again have this little bit of pause in life right now, take a breath, miss the game and eager to get back to it when we safely can. And another year to improve. I felt like
It's amazing. You're amazing.
I felt like the World Cup, at a World Cup you you
Yeah.
you train every 4 years for a World Cup, every 4 years for an Olympics. But you play the World Cup, you finish. We won the last two, which is amazing. And then you quickly have to
Spoiler
change
alert.
gears for the Olympics. So it almost doesn't give you enough time to collect yourself. So now we're afforded with this another year. I'm going to continue to do everything I possibly can to help my teammates and perform. Ultimately, it comes down to performance. So I get another year to train and work hard and improve and just get better.
Smash that heart button when you hear Carli Lloyd say, I get another year to improve. I've got to say, that is how to approach life. Power through and keep improving. Mentally, that is the approach America needs right now. We are going to descend into the madness. Tons of questions. First one up from and Sanchez 14, who says, Carli, is it harder to win a gold medal or a World Cup, and why?
Well, they're both hard. I mean, they're both the biggest sporting events that we could possibly play in. World Cup is just a little bit different, obviously, because there's more teams and more games, an extra game in there. So yeah, it's never easy to win. Olympics are challenging as well because you don't get much time in between games. It's 2 days and you're playing, and 2 days rest and playing again. So yeah, they're both tough. They both have their differences, but they're both really exciting as well.
At Digby Batman, Carli, what is your favourite goal you have ever scored for the US women? Got to name one. Cannot sidestep, skirt it. Pick one from all those. Oh, all the ones you and I have both
Uh,
scored together.
I've got a lot of favorite goals. I think the most memorable goal is probably the goal from midfield in 2015. So it was a good goal, but I've scored some other really better goals maybe. That was the
You
most
think
memorable.
it was 16th minute. Oh, tattooed in my brain, and I just watched it. You scored it. Oh, 3-0, the hat trick, the Wolf Blitzer, America. At Caro Forks, what is the best thing about winning a World Cup, Carli? And is it a J-Lo lap dance?
World Cup is just something indescribable. It's the highest award any soccer player can receive from a team standpoint, and yeah, it's incredible. It's something that I've been lucky to have been able to experience twice now, winning part of 4 World Cup teams. But yeah, it's amazing.
At Brian Bidwell, what is Carli's favourite Premier League team? I thought I knew the answer to this, and then I looked it up, and there's like 2 answers floating around there. Oh, old Carli had certain sway. And then newer Carli has answer it once and for all. Who is it?
I've always been a Liverpool fan. Liverpool's been my favorite. I love CVG and just kind of yeah, what they're all about. But then going to Man City and being a fan of Pep,
Mm.
who we text back and forth every now and again. He's such a class act. So yeah, I've become a fan of City as well. So it's hard to not root for them.
After Vlatko, it's Pep's next great challenge. The US women, you heard it here, always breaking news. 8th anniversary of the Aguero goal. Aguero! One of the first Premier League strikes that built the profile of the lesser men's game in America. Respect to all you City fans. I know you're a big Ozarks fan and that you've been watching also The Last Dance on television. Question from @Felix Jr. Were you an MJ fan growing up, Carli? And what's the lesson about life that you take from watching The Last Dance, The Last Dance in America?
Yeah, I've loved it. My husband and I have been watching every Sunday, just soaking up the episodes. I wish there was about 50 more that we could watch. Unfortunately, only 2 left. But no, it's been amazing, and I think for me the biggest thing is that Michael Jordan wanted to be remembered as purely the greatest basketball player to have ever lived. He didn't care about the glamour and the attention and how many Twitter followers he had. He just cared about that ball and being the best that he could be, and that's all that mattered to him. And you have to have a huge amount of respect. He did whatever it took to win. Believe it or not, Michael Jordan was somebody who I idolized, who I looked up to. As a young girl back in the day, there weren't too many live female role models, but Michael Jordan was someone who I definitely looked up to, and he personified greatness.
See, that's the difference. Another difference, in case you're counting them at home, between Carli and between me. My hero was Luke Longley. Lou Longley and I, the Bulls center, arrived in America around the same time. Neither of us knew what the hell we were doing here. We were just both kind of swept along. He was swept to glory. But I always looked at Lou Longley that the everyman can just truly taste glory also. I am working on the 10-part Lou Longley biopic that no one wants to buy. Amelia Shyster. Oh, here's a great question. At Hyde's 3, how will it feel to have played with Alex Morgan and then play with her daughter, Charlie Carrasco, on the national team in 16 years' time? You will only be 53, Carli. It's not impossible.
Well, nothing is impossible, but there is that feeling of, next chapter and wanting to start a family myself. So got to give it up at some point, unfortunately.
Charlie Carrasco, please God, will be playing with A. Lloyd. It may be you. It may be another one. Maybe both of you.
Yeah.
Maybe all 3 of you.
Potentially.
My money is on all 3 of you. I'm going to stay out of this. Amelia Shyster, if you could be a pro athlete in any other sport, what would it be? And Roger Goodell is watching this, Carli.
Yeah, I mean, there is the NFL question. I do enjoy kicking field goals. I'm not really sure. I played basketball growing up, loved basketball. I do like golf. I went out the other day and played 9 holes, so I did okay. I think with more practice, maybe I could do all right.
What did you shoot?
We played 9 holes. Yeah, I think I was maybe in the 50 range or so.
When she says 50, she means 37 or 38. At Rian Tamer, if you hadn't been a soccer player, what would you have been?
Yeah, that's a tough question. I guess I get asked that a lot. Honestly, I don't know, because soccer is really all I wanted to do. So it's so hard to answer that.
You can't be hypothetical about history. People who ask these questions, you just cannot be. I believe that absolutely deeply. I know you've got a good 10 years left. What will you do after soccer, Carli?
After soccer, well, start a family. That's one of the plans that my husband and I have.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, stay involved in the game somehow. I don't think that coaching is really up my realm, but I enjoy. No, don't know that I have a huge passion for it right now, but it could change. But I want to stay around the game. Want to try to help people. I like working with people on a mental standpoint, because I think the mental side of the game has been so important for me. So yeah, just want to try to help and make the game better.
Oh, Alan T says, will you be joining Tom Brady and Gronk in Tampa? We have not had a good kicker in years. Martin Grammatica says what? But like, was this just a story that was funny and was like a lot of post World Cup hype, or is there any part of you that gets a kick out of this thing and wants to give it a go?
There's always a possibility. Right now, I'm just focusing on Olympics and all that, and that journey and road to the Olympics. Trying to make the team, obviously, and then we'll see what happens.
It's an annoying
Yeah.
question that follows you, isn't it? Because a lot of people want me to become a linebacker for the Chicago Bears. I'm like, guys, I got a world to deal with. I can't get to that. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, it's, I kind of like to just take things as they come. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. We shall see. I got to practice though. I got to
Yeah,
practice it.
I actually nailed a kick from 50 yards when I trained with the
Really?
Buffalo Bills. But I'm still dedicated to the US men's national team. Greg Berhalter with all those G's. Come at me, bro. At that Josh Cale. This is a great question. If you have to pick one, Gritty or the Fanatic, and you can only pick one, who would it
Mm,
be? Philadelphia sports fan, Gritty, newcomer, or the Fanatic? I'm old
I,
play.
I'm old school. I got to go with the Fanatic. As a little kid, the Fanatic driving around on that ATV. Got to go with him.
You got it. I mean, this is the Philly version of Kiss, Marry, Kill. For those of you who are watching this, you don't quite understand where we are right now.
I actually have gotten swallowed by the Fanatic at the Phillies game. Yeah, have a
Is that
video of it.
how was that?
It was
How was
quite
that?
interesting. It was very interesting.
I gotta say, 2 World Cups, 2 Olympic gold medals, a lap dance from J-Lo, and being swallowed by the Fanatic. What more to life is there for you to experience? Don't answer that now. I find it genuinely mind blowing. You've got to take the Fanatic though. I look at Gritty, and I do appreciate what Gritty does for the NHL, which I love, and for the Flyers. But whenever I look at him, it's shocking. I just look at him. It's like looking at a slightly more handsome Alexi Lalas.
You know what? I have seen Alexi's hair right now during quarantine. So yeah, it's starting to look a little like that.
Sorry, Gritty, I don't mean to do you like that. At Jeremy Capperson, what song do you play in the locker room after victory?
You know what? I don't handle the DJing in our squad. Crystal Dunn heads that up. I'm a bit old. Some of the songs I don't even know what's playing
Ah,
on the iPhone these days.
at
The Spotify playlist.
Jeremy Casperson, save that question. Crystal Dunn, forthcoming. At Persian Groove, ask the big questions. I love these Philly ones. What is your favourite hoagie at Wawa, Carly? Oh, God, Wawa, America.
Love Wawas, but I don't actually go to Wawas. I'm going
This
to
is
change
mind
that and
blowing.
say favorite cheesesteak. I'm going to
Yes!
say Tony Luke's, which is actually
Holy
in New
crap!
Jersey.
That's amazing. I've got to tell you, we waded into the cheesesteak wars by accident as innocents once. It was like
We
wandering
have.
into the Israeli-Palestinian debate. I want no part of that. I will just say, Wawa, I love you. Cheesesteak from the Wawa in Stone Harbor, a reminder that the greatest pleasures in life are the most simple. Another food question from Sam Tillman. What do you eat before a big game, night before? When Sam Tillman, used to swim, lots of people are talking about you, Sam Tillman. I used to eat spaghetti, didn't help. My performance was suboptimal. What is the answer, Carly, and why?
I actually don't eat carbs before a game. I actually don't eat too many carbs. Not no pastas, no breads. They make you feel very full, stuffed. So I actually keep it light. I just have, some protein the night before, day of the game, have some salad, some nuts, some fruit. And I actually go into the game kind of hungry. So my stomach doesn't feel full and I feel like I
You
want to take a nap.
and you want to eat the opponent.
Yeah.
Is that the plan? I love that. Mine is a cheesesteak and 3 buds. A cheesesteak from Wawa for all who are asking. At Georgina Grant 23, we're heading into the classics. We're playing the greatest hits now, Carly. If you were stranded on an island, which other 3 teammates, past or present, from the US women's national team are with you and why? Think this one through quickly.
Mm. Hmm. I probably would have to say present Crystal, just because she is super entertaining.
She's the greatest.
Um, past, probably have to say Hope because she's very outdoorsy and hunty and, hunts and does all that sort of stuff. So she'd
She
probably be very good to
she's killing crap. You don't want to know how she killed it, but you're not going to go
survival
hungry.
mode.
Yeah,
Yeah. You know what? In the third, I don't know.
come on.
I'm
I
I'm
can. All-
torn on the
The
third.
the law says I have to take three, otherwise it's a bad deal.
Uh,
Or process them all. I take it.
yeah.
Amy Lepelbe would be my number one.
Oh, really? You know what? She's a good one.
Come on, I need a third. No one wants to know about Roger on a desert island. Carly, who would it be? But,
Um, Gosh, I don't know. I'm drawing a blank.
well,
I don't know. I don't
we're
know.
gonna get we're gonna go to a similar link one at Bagel's Pride, another old classic. There's a bar fight. Oh my God, there's always a bar fight. Can I just say, one thing I've learned from doing this for the past, it feels, I think we've done like 87 of these over the past 5 years that we've all been in lockdown. US women's national team fans are obsessed with the concept of the bar fight. I need to work out why. There's a bar fight. Which three US women's national team teammates would you pick to back you up and why?
Oh man. Probably Kelly O'Hara for sure.
Number one draft pick,
She's
always.
crazy on the field. I would imagine she would have my back off the field.
Yeah,
Um, hmm.
come on. We've all been there.
I don't like an actual fist fight and everything. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Not a
could,
verbal.
however you want. I mean, you've been there. You've been in many of these fist fights with the US women's national team. Verbal. Yeah, verbal. Whatever you want.
You know what? Probably Jess McDonald. I'd probably throw in there as well. Yeah, she's got
The
some
greatest.
muscles.
It's game over. It is game over.
And Sam Mewis because she would try to mediate the situation.
To you,
Yeah.
Sam Mewis, American Yao Ming. Final question that we've been asking everybody. Mount Rushmore. It's going to be carved properly. No men, just the four most legendary US women's footballers of all time. Whose faces would you carve on it? Who should be up there?
Four.
It's not about bar fights, it's not about desert islands. It's about like whose shoulders did
Yeah.
everybody climb on to get to where we are?
I would have to say, that's a tough one. I'm gonna have to say Michelle Akers.
Acres. Acres is everybody's answer. I've got to say, carving that incredible perm is no easy
Oh
feat.
yeah, that would be tough. I'm gonna have to probably say Abby.
Yes! One back, definitely up there.
Mia.
Yes. There's a consensus around those three, I would say.
Yeah.
It's Acres, Mia, one back. The fourth one, though,
And probably Lily.
amazing. That is an incredible Mount Rushmore.
But there's so many more. I mean, I think it's hard to pick four.
It is. I'd actually
Challenging.
save a space for the first pick in the bar fight just to keep them on side. Kelly O'Hara, you're up there. Last question. We have lots of people who are, caught in the chaos right now who are watching this. A lot of people who are challenged by the reality. I mean, including ourselves. Carli Lloyd, you're an inspiration. I mean, your Instagram feed is just a joy. It lifts you up. It's impossible to connect to you on social media. It's impossible to talk to you, a person who talks about powering through, a person who talks about meeting an incredible challenge, an Olympics, which is meant to be your focus, gets punted for a year and you're like, that's time to improve. I genuinely do adore your approach to life. So I'm going to cede the floor to you. Just in general, we're all watching. Can you give us some words of optimism that we can take from this, we can take into our own lives and just feel better about everything? Carly, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this is obviously a very challenging time, something that none of us have ever been through. But, I've always been somebody who tries to find the positive in every single situation. And I know it's a lot easier said than done. And, sometimes you have to train your mind to be able to think that way. But there's people who are home spending more time with their family, or maybe you didn't have time to pick up a book and read, or maybe you haven't had time to study as much. I see so many kids out there who are not being able to be with their soccer teams or their sports teams, but they're outside practicing on their own. We have yet to see that pre-pandemic. So tip my hat off to all of you who are practicing on your own. And I get it. People have lost jobs, people have lost loved ones. You've got healthcare workers and people on the front lines who are working tirelessly every single
America.
day. You've got, the essential workers. You've just got everybody who have been greatly affected by this pandemic. And we're all in this together. We all have to stay positive, but just try to find some sort of silver lining out of this. And I know that I have. I'm spending time with my husband. All is well here on that front. I'm getting to be home. I'm getting to just enjoy the peace and the quietness of life. And it's been really soothing. So I hope that everybody can somehow find the good in this challenging time. And hopefully we are all out of this somewhat soon.
Find the good, no matter how fleeting it is. Find it and grasp it. Find your own meaning. There's going to be lows. There's going to be moments of deep meaning. Grab them when you find them. I love your point, by the way, about the football. This football is so overcoached in America, and that notion of kids away from their coaches, just savoring the feel of the ball at the feet as you do over and over and over and over again. It's what separates you from the pack in life. You are an incredible burst of energy. You're an incredible burst of inspiration, Carli Lloyd. I will take incredible lessons from our conversation about powering through, finding the optimism, taking blows. They are blows. We can admit things are difficult, but then just finding that positive and then powering through. We can become better. That is an incredible life lesson, an incredible approach to life. I raise my bird in joy and tribute to you, Carli, to Brian, to life, to love, to your sky blue. Oh, we'll be back in action next Wednesday on Instagram Live, possibly with someone that Carli has mentioned who maybe runs the Spotify account in the US Women's National Team locker room for some more NWSL action. Until then, Bud fan, Blood fan, Carli, you're amazing. America,
Appreciate
courage.
it.
Rock on.
Thank you. See you guys.
America.